Hello students, how are you all? Today in this video lecture we are going to talk about time complexity. In earlier video we have discussed about space complexity. These two are the measures of algorithms by which we can measure effectiveness of any algorithm. So after space complexity we are going to learn about time complexity. So in time complexity there is also two part, a fixed part and second a variable part, as like same the space complexity. Here a fixed part will be the compile time which is independent of the problem instances. This will denote by the C. And second, a variable part that will depend on the run time which depends on the problem instance. So our total time will be C plus Tp. Now the time Tp taken by a program P is the sum of its compile time and its run time. Means if we are compiling the program and after that we are running the program, we give our input and program will generate its output and it will show on the display. So summation of these two things means compilation plus runtime will be the total time complexity Tp. The compile time is similar to the fixed space component since it does not depend upon instance characteristics. The program execution time is denoted by Tp. To determine Tp, we require a detailed knowledge of compiler's attributes. That is, we must know how the compiler translates our source program into object code. Here, let's take an example. Here, we have a simple program that adds some numbers and also subtract some numbers. Here our TP of n is CA add n numbers plus CS subtract n numbers plus CL LDA n numbers CST STA n numbers, where CA, CS, CL and CST are the constant that were the time needed to perform each operation. Means CA will denote the time for adding some operation, CS will time required for subtracting some elements, CL will denote by LDA some operations and STA for the CST. Here add, sub, LD and STA are the numbers of operations performed when program is run with instant characteristics n. A program is syntactically or semantically meaningful programs segment whose execution time is dependent on instant characteristics. Here we want to obtain step count for some function in iterative function. We have to count only executable statements. Let's take an example. Here in this code we have a sum function with two parameters list and n. In that function we are declaring a variable temp sum and giving a value 0. Next statement is count plus plus, taking integer I and taking also a for loop. In for loop I is equal to 0, I less than n and increment by 1. In that we are further doing count plus plus, temp sum is equal to list plus temp sum and count plus plus again. After the for loop we are adding count plus plus 2 times and returning our temp sum. So in this program count variable is initialized to 0 initially, then its final value will be 2n plus 3. How? So for this calculation we have to take this type of calculation. Here on left hand side we have statements, frequency and total steps. So float temp sum is equal to 0 will be of one frequency. Integer I will have 0 frequency because we only declaring I, not initializing its value. We have initialized our temp sums value to 0, so we have to count it by 1 frequency. But if we are declaring any variable, then we cannot add into a frequency. After that, for loop, for I is equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus. So that will be considered as frequency n plus 1. Why? Because here this for loop I is equal to 0, I less than n will be checked n plus 1 time. How? Because if our n's value is 3, so it will check I is equal to 0, condition true, it will go into the inner side. Then I plus plus I is n is equal to 2, so our I will become 2. Condition will be I less than n, means 2 less than n, condition true, it will go inside. Again I plus plus means our I's value will be 3, so again it will check condition here, means our this for loop first conditional statement will check 3 times, so our frequency is n plus 1. N plus 1. After it, here our next thing is temp sum plus is equal to list I. That thing will be executed if and only if our this condition will be true. So this condition will be executed by n times. After this for loop, we have our return statement. So in return statement, we have return temp sum. It will be executed only one time. So here we have total frequency count 1, n plus 1, n and 1. So total steps will be total of frequency count. So our total will be 2n plus 3. So this is the calculation for total frequency count in time complexity. It is for only iterative function. Let's take another example of recursive function. Here in recursive function we have function rsum with two parameters list and n. In that we are checking if condition and returning again our recursive call rsum list n minus 1 plus list n minus 1. So for this function, how to determine step count for this function? For the boundary condition n is equal to 0, only if conditional statement and return statement are executed, so the step count for n is equal to 0 is 2. For n greater than 0, the if conditional statement and the first return statement are executed, so each recursive call with n greater than 0 adds 2 to the step count. So step count for the function is 2n plus 2. Let's take an example here. Here, here we have if condition. So like for loop, if condition will be execute n plus one time. Inner statement of if will be execute n time, and return statement will execute one time. So total of all these will be into total steps, and total steps n plus 1 and n1 will made total of n 2n plus 2. So here this is the calculation for time complexity of recursive function. So at the end of time complexity and space complexity, we can conclude that the recursive function has lower step count than its iterative counterpart. Also, recursive function typically run slower than the iterative version and take more time than those of iterative function. Recursive function also uses more memory space for its reach call. For space complexity, iterative function is better than the recursive function, and for time complexity, recursive function is better than iterative function. So this is it for time complexity and space complexity. Thank you, students.